website. There is much more going on than meets the eye. The adventure begins here.
Cool.
And that's how trades are done on CS Money. With Hellcase multi-cases, you're no longer restricted by random case opening mechanisms. Now, you are able to pick any of the cells containing skins and actually determine what you win. Use the promo code and dive right in.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast. The name is Mr. Danny. This time around we have our second semifinal of the day. It will be Vitality going up against AVANGAR in our very first map of the best of 3, which will be Dust2. The second one, if I do recall correctly, will be Inferno, and the third one, if it will be necessary, it will be Mirage. So thank you all for tuning in. This should be quite an interesting matchup. For now it's still warm-up taking place. Don't worry, it's definitely not live. But this may be a controversial thought, but I think Vitality are going to be able to come out on top in here in this best of 3. Though that doesn't mean that AVANGAR are in a position to actually pick up a map. This being Dust2, map pick here of AVANGAR, I'm actually anticipating for the AVANGAR players to actually come out on top here against Vitality. This is a map where the Frenchmen have been struggling against various caliber of teams, and I think even the latest one, wasn't it? Victory. I think it might have been a victory against against likes of either Windstrike or was it Vegas squad? I can't really remember. Can't really job my memory that far back, but I do remember from watching Vitality. This is a map where they kind of end up struggling quite often. And if anything, I do respect here the map pick here of AVANGAR. They definitely do have themselves a chance at actually winning at least one of these maps in the best of 3 series. But overall, I am expecting a Vitality victory here in our second semifinal. For those who are tuning in right about now, we did have our semifinal, the first one of the day. It happened not too long ago. It was, of course, Spirit up against the likes of Red Reserve, in which I was very surprised to see that Spirit were able to win that matchup in a 2-0 fashion against Red Reserve. It was pretty much putting on the slam dunk there in the Swedes, and well, they're already in the grand final, going to be waiting for the victory here of Vitality versus AVANGAR. So, of course, let's hop on into our matchup here. The very first pistol round is going to be taking place soon, as we do get to see AVANGAR going to be starting things off here on the CT side, Vitality here on the T side. As we can see, the Frenchmen actually, which is quite uncommon from their part, they haven't invested in a decent amount of utility here on the T side. We do also get to see a couple of smoke grenades and P250s do come out here for Zebu alongside Happy. As I think that's actually Zebu trying to land up the first shots here in Jane, but I don't think it's going to be too successful there. Right now, this is quite the slow round here from Vitality. We do get to see that they're not even contesting the tunnels control there. You get to see that RPK with the bomb on his shoulders is looking towards the tunnels, maybe hoping to see an AVANGAR push, but that's really not the case. In fact, Vitality are playing quite safe here, except for Apex. He might just try to get the first kill here towards the middle. Not sure how much success can he find here, but the flash does ring in. So they do have some mid presence here, Vitality, and it looks like on the back of the mid presence, they're now just going to continue on with their push here at the B bomb. So they have to face Quicker than Buster, in which Quicker able to find 2 quick kills, as his name does imply. Now Vitality, they're still going to continue on with their push. It's not looking too good for them. There's a third one there for Quicker, and right about now, it's all to Buster here in the end of Plateau. At least NPK is able to get 2. So Happy in a pretty good position to actually plant that bomb at the bomb side. Prison. Of course, he can definitely try to go for the peak, but he does get shut down by NBK. And right now, James alongside Fish going to continue on with their push here through the tunnels. Happy, can he line up the shots with the P250? Apparently, no. That's going to be the round here for AVANGAR, and not too bad of a round at that. I mean, we saw Quickard find some very amazing kills there. 3 kills with the USP headshots, most importantly. And the end of it all, the retake there from AVANGAR's Jamin and Fitch was pretty successful. There's some odds for this matchup. I think it's this matchup. It's actually for Dust2. The odds here for Dust2. If that's really the case, when I'm actually quite surprised to see how the odds are in favor here for AVANGAR Dust2. Like I said, it's definitely a possibility here for the AVANGAR players to actually get an upset here, especially in a map like Dust2. But that's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it an upset because I'd still favor Vitality, even on a map like this, which they have been struggling in the past. We are going to be able to see what the AVANGAR players are made of, as this is the round where Vitality, on the back of them actually getting the bomb down, do have themselves a pretty decent investment here. Of course, you want an AK in the hands of Zivu. It's going to be the first kill here for Vitality. The nade, though, that doesn't do the most amount of damage on Fitch, but we can see that the AVANGAR players are fighting back here in middle. This is actually a pretty good thing here for Vitality. Even if one of their players ends up dying with the rifle like RPK did in this instance, you still have a guy like Zivu, actually in this case, Apex, to pick up the rifle. He has Kevlar to work with, so you can still find a kill here if possible. And if Apex ends up dying, you got a guy like NBK to find more kills here. Apex gets the better of Fitch, and I think that's pretty much it. There's not a single A-side defender here at the bomb site. They're gonna be able to plant the bomb here, Vitality. And with the bomb being planted, things are looking very good here for the Frenchmen. As James still anticipating for a flank to take place or a late lurk, but that's really not the case. In fact, Vitality, their main push here did happen here for sure, and by the looks of things, yeah, AVANGAR is going to be going for the save right now. We get to see Buster alongside his teammate Quickard going to be holding things off there at the B bomb side, whereas James still going to be sticking on that long area, it seems like. Oh, he looks like he's going to be seeing a couple of these players coming his way. And he finds a single kill. In fact, he finds, well, that single kill, which honestly isn't too bad there. Anyhow, that will be the first round here for Vitality on the terrorist side. And, well, this is actually a pretty good way to be breaking the early economy here for AVANGAR, as well as their morale to some extent. It looked very good there for AVANGAR, from winning the pistol round to actually succeed in the upcoming round. But as we saw, the Vitality members have been able to overwhelm the CIS team. And looks like, yeah, because the money has been reset here for AVANGAR, and they did end up saving some of their previous equipment, it does make a lot of sense here to try to go for the force buy here if you're AVANGAR. So that's what they've decided to do here. Worst case scenario, if they end up losing this one, I mean, it's just going to be another simple eco here. And because this is still early stages here in the first half, it does make a lot of sense here if you're the AVANGAR squad. Of course, some early damage being dealt there by Zivu. Looks like James is going to be looking forward for that kill, but nope, it's going to be NBK getting the better of James. Towards plateau, there's still a couple players here. Oh no, NBK might just get overwhelmed by the UMP there of Buster. And the good thing is here for NBK, he does have his teammates backing him up, and I think Buster realized that being a possibility and ends up backing away. Apex, though, puts himself in a very good position here towards middle. There doesn't seem to be a single player here from AVANGAR to stop him with that push, but as we see the push taking in place of the B bomb site Quickard. Some good kills here alongside Buster, and that pretty much stops the bomb site push in its tracks. We do get to see that Apex is very much alive in this 1-on-3, but it will be quite the difficult clutch here for Apex. Yep, his position is even known. Buster will get the last kill, and AVANGAR actually reply with a force buy victory of their own. I personally would have loved to see a bit more room given for Apex to work with, in the sense that it would have been nice if Apex would have had a teammate to work with there in middle, or even just given some time to actually get a flank in towards the B bomb site, because by the looks of things, there was only, I think, one CT player, or at least there was one CT making his way towards that mid area of the map, so there's definitely a possibility for Vitality to actually sneak up there in the B bomb site. But of course, I'd say they played that a bit too fast, a bit too loose. They end up losing the round here for AVANGAR, and well, it's back with the pistols here for Vitality. It's looking like NBK is not even going to be opposed here in middle. I guess that's a lot of respect here for the Frenchman, as AVANGAR just going to be holding on here to the bomb site. Just have two guys here on the A side, two guys here on the B side. If anything, the A side players should be able to shut this down. They're just cruising in with a pretty good spray there, and that will be the third round here for AVANGAR. As with that being said, yeah, it's looking like a pretty good investment here from the AVANGAR squad. They have 2 EWPs here, so one of them is going to be stationed on the B bomb side, the other one going to be, I think, on the A side. And having a double op setup early on here might just catch off some of these Vitality players off guard. They may not be anticipating it just yet. There's, of course, Zivu, hoping to win this fight here against, I think that might just be chained there with the AWP, but most importantly, there's some fights happening here towards the long area. There's, of course, nades coming into the feet of RPK, and he might just be able to get out of there, but I think Quicker is definitely anticipating player to be there, and right about now, RPK does end up going down and also drops the bomb in the scenario. Not looking too good here for the Vitality players, as right now with that bomb being dropped, they have to recover it somehow in order to still have a chance in this matchup. And look at this, NBK. They actually anticipate NBK to be in this position. I'm not really sure, but because there's a player in the pit, he's obviously going to be looking towards that A bomb side, or will he? NBK finds some good timing there and Quicker. And this might just put a spanner in the works here for the AVANGAR players, because it looked so good for them at one point, but obviously you still have 3 players remaining here. Vitality, one of which is Zivu. That's going to be the first kill there for Happy to the round. Kristen, though, another spray from him, and it connects on the head of Happy. And again, this is not looking too good here for Vitality. You do get to see that NBK seems to be making his way towards long, hoping to find at least one of these players towards CT. Good stuff here from NBK, and most importantly, Grison is quite low in HP, so NBK definitely in a position to find that kill, but Russell got towards long. Buster ends up winning it against NBK, which means that there's 4 rounds here for AVANGAR, and a good possibility to actually get themselves one more, because the guys here from Vitality might just have to go for an eco, I think. An eco or a partial eco. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be an eco here for the Dust2 players. They end up buying some of those upgraded pistols, but that's about it here for the Frenchman. Ain't looking too good here. I was maybe hoping to see them try to overwhelm the Opera here early on here, as they were pushing down middle, but doesn't look like they're going to be that brave to make such a play. Right now, yeah, looks like it's going to be a Vitality push here towards the middle, but we do get to see Apex find a kill on Jane. I'm not really sure where that happened. I think on the A bomb site, it seems like. So Vitality, I mean, the good thing for them is, even though it is still an eco, they can still try to do some damage here on the AVANGAR economy, which is pretty much the main goal here for Vitality. Of course, they're going to need to line up some crazy deagle shots, but for a team of this caliber, that's definitely a possibility. There's Christian, easy lineup for him. There's Apex, in fact, finding a second kill. Bit of a shame that Apex didn't have the bomb with him. If only he knew. He might just been able to plant the bomb now in this position, but overall, this is going to be looking like a pretty good round here for AVANGAR. Hold up just a sec. There's Apex finding the 3rd kill into the round. There's now 30 seconds remaining for him. He's going to try to recover the bomb, but he definitely anticipates a player to be here. Buster's with a good angle. And AVANGAR will be awarded with one more round here on the CT side. Shots here towards double doors, but Zivu isn't able to find a single kill so far, and any damage inflicted on the CT players. Yeah, right now the AVANGAR players have actually changed up their setup a little bit. I do get to see that they're putting a lot of emphasis towards the B bomb site, as in fact there's where 3 defenders are stationed at. One of which is, of course, Fitch, looking towards the middle, but look at this push here. Even though NBK is holding the angle, he may not be anticipating the player to be here. But obviously, this is now going to be both players looking towards each other. Now Buster's going to try to get the peek here on NBK, and he's actually here by his lonesome. And overall, it looks like the AVANGAR player is just going to back away, continue on playing safely. Not give any more tracks here for the Vitality squad. Apex seems to be lining up a molly here on the A bomb side. It doesn't look like it will be an A bomb side push. If anything, Vitality are trying to pull off a bit of a fake, but that's not really working out. Apex has actually made his way down CT, so this is some great positioning here for the Vitality players. Right now, they're going to continue on with their push here. Will they check the position of Fish? They don't check him. This is a great opportunity for him at least to get one kill, but it's still looking pretty good here for Vitality. They're going to be able to get the bomb site here. It's still a 2-on-2, which is quite favorable here for the Frenchman, but you get to see that Happy out there in the middle of open does end up getting that fight here, and James finds the kill on NBK. He actually drops the bomb here. Has some massive stuff here from James and almost lands up the second kill. Right now, Happy, does he have enough time to plant the bomb? He has to try to go for the fight here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Oh no, Happy, very little time to work it, and even though he ends up getting the kill, that will still be around here for AVANGAR. Which, in all honesty, didn't Happy have enough time to plant the bomb. Now that I think about it, there was what, I'd say 8 seconds remaining. 8 seconds, it's actually, I think he might have been able to do it if he picks up the bomb quick enough. Heads on straight to the B bomb site, goes in for the insta plant. I think that was possible for Happy to still plant the bomb in that position, but again, I mean, it simply comes down to Vitality making this late second execute. They have about 20-ish seconds to work with. You end up dropping the bomb, and it's always very difficult for teams to be recovering around like that once you end up dropping a bomb in the, what, 10-second mark. It was a good idea, I'm not gonna lie, but also it was quite impeccable how the AVANGAR players were able to eliminate Apex quickly enough. And it's also quite interesting to note that throughout the entirety of this first half, Vitality have been given mid presence more often than not. The AVANGAR players don't even want to try to contest the Frenchman, and yet, somehow, the Frenchman haven't been able to find too much success entering the B bomb site. This could be it, though. This is where they're probably going to try to sneak up their way up to the B bomb site, towards middle. Fitch is now the only line of defense actually stopping Frenchman from moving forward, and somehow wins the fight with the UMP. Nice try there from Apex, but Z was still holding this angle. In fact, Jabe gets the kill on Happy. Right now, it looks like it's going to be an A push here, but you still have Zivu in the middle. This is some questionable positioning here from the Vitality players, but at the very least, they are able to plant the bomb here in the A site. And with that bomb being planted, so it's a possibility for them. James ends up getting the tag, but not the kill. Right, this just has got to be around here for Vitality. Zivu's holding the angle. He wins the fight against Quicker. He jumps down and take one more head with him. That will be 3 kills here for Zivu, and the second round for Vitality. There's a pause being taken. That's odd. I wonder which team has decided to take the pause here. If I were to make a guess, I would probably go for AVANGAR, as this could actually be a pretty big momentum shift. As right about now, we do get to see that the AVANGAR players are still in a pretty favorable position. They're in a 6-on-2. Now, might as well take a look at some highlights here from Zivu. The scoreline is 6 rounds for AVANGAR and 2 for Vitality. And it would make a lot of sense for the AVANGAR players to maybe take a time out to think and try to discuss their approach here for the upcoming rounds on the CT side, because with them having already 6 rounds aboard, they still got themselves a very good chance to acquire a couple more, if not 3, and even more than that. So I would presume that they might have made a quick discussion. That would make a lot of sense. Though this being the force fight and all, it's not looking too good here for AVANGAR, and Zivu still gets the headshot on one of these players. There was a lot of them jumping on through, and he wondered which one of them he was able to hit. Of course, James being softened up with that AWP shots from Zivu. Now, this again is looking like a pretty good round here for Vitality, at least from the early get-go. We get to see that it's a simple 5 T players going against 4 CTs who don't necessarily even have the best weapons here in the game. The pistol is sure, but they shouldn't be able to find too much success in a round like this. So this is where, yes, if you're Vitality, I'd say you gotta be very careful in your approach. Don't make too rash decisions. As a fact is, we do get to see here over the B bomb site, they've decided to put a bit more emphasis on that part of the map, maybe hoping or banking on the fact that Vitality gonna end up pushing here. And that is where those pistols can come into play and actually get something done there. So obviously, if you're Vitality, I do like the approach they're doing right now. They're pretty much just poking around the sites. You have a guy like NBK was throwing down the utility there over the B bomb site, but overall, it looks like it's going to be an A bomb site hit. You have Apex who's now made his way into the site itself. He can give the information for his teammates that, look guys, there's no one here. We can very easily plant the bomb here, put ourselves in some good post plant positions, and actually just win the round on the back of it. As the bomb does go down, AVANGAR realized that, yeah, this round is pretty much over for us. We can't do anything at this point, but if we end up keeping some of these pistols here, they can very much have them in the upcoming round. It will be a full eco for AVANGAR, sure, but at the very least, they will have some of those upgraded pistols, those Kevlars as well. Who knows? Maybe they can find some of those success with the pistols. Yeah, slow down. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Gets the shot on quicker. Oh man, RPK hasn't been having a good game now, has he? The man's got 0 kills right now, 7 deaths. The good thing for him is that I don't think he reached Bond's level of greatness, you know, being 007. He does have that 1 assist, so good job, RPK. At least avoiding the Bond number. Right now, we do get to see the AVANGAR players putting a bit more emphasis here, again, on the B and the B bomb set as well as the middle area, as that is where Vitality have been very much prone to be doing their attacks, but you actually do a bit of a change up here, Vitality. They're in fact going to be hitting this A bomb set for sure. Quite interesting to note that they don't even consider taking over long control, which is a lot of times when teams are going up against pistols, they really enjoy taking over long control if you're a T-side team. But for now, NBK is going to be seeing a couple of these players coming his way. Not sure if they're going to be able to keep their Kevlar and their upgraded pistols to the next round, as it seems like Vitality are trying to get the hunt here. And try to hunt him down. At least they do take down Crimson in the process. And I guess the AVANGAR player is just going to be sticking there at the B bomb site. I guess there's actually one way to be looking at it, that the AVANGAR players just simply don't want to be giving away free frags here for Vitality. Or in other ways of putting it, you know, frags that will actually help boost the economy here for Vitality, because remember folks, you end up getting a kill here in Counter-Strike with the rifle, you get bonus $300, so I mean that's one way to be looking here for AVANGAR, which is a pretty smart way to look at things in Counter-Strike. Here now, it will be a pretty good investment here from AVANGAR. We do get to see the rifles coming into play. There's of course the AWP now in the hands of James, who has been quite a stellar player for the AVANGAR side. And if you have seen how AVANGAR have been playing throughout the StarSeries Season 7 European Qualifiers, you've seen that James has been hitting some nutty shots with that sniper rifle of his. I didn't say, I think, if I recall correctly, James, I think, is sitting at a 1.3 rating, so he's probably one of the best right now players here for the AVANGAR squad. And I think if you roll back the clock, like say maybe, I don't know, I'd say maybe 5 months ago, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you gotta kick James. James not a good opper, but now we get to see him being one of these star players for this roster, and it goes to show. There's the first skill here for James. Apex is the one to hit the floor here for Vitality. Now, obviously, Vitality know the positioning here of James and his AWP, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they might just try to contest a different part of the map, where they wouldn't have to contest James, but we do get to see that now he's looking towards middle. His station here towards CT spawn. So if anything, there's going to be a lot of pressure here on the shoulders of Prisian as he ends up seeing the Molotov being deployed. It does make a lot of sense for a guy like James to actually rotate back towards the A bomb site, as it looks like this is where the Vitality players might just make their push happen, as with 30 seconds remaining, they just have to commit to one of the bomb sites, but they're still wondering about a possibility, I guess, to retreat back towards B, it seems like. Yeah, that seems to be the case. This is going to be quite interesting to see how it's turned out in here for Vitality, as all the AVANGAR players have actually abandoned the B bomb site. This is where Vitality can take over bombs control, sure, but they have to face the guy in the tunnels, and there you go. There's Zivu, NBK, and Happy getting those kills. So it does mean that the AVANGAR side just has to go for the save here. To be exact, Christian. Oh, it actually saved that he does view this. Apparently not. Zivu gets the kill, and this does mean that we'll now see a full eco here for AVANGAR, which in itself means that Vitality should get themselves one more round on the board. And that round is going to be the 12th round here. The scoreline should be all even up. It's going to be 6-6. Oh, okay, winner of the first map. This odds seem to be making, I'd say, a bit more sense. Obviously, I'm giving the edge here for Vitality, but a team like AVANGAR, you know, it's definitely in a position to still get the upset in. For now here, quicker towards long, does see the players here, but yeah, it's going to be very difficult for him to find any kills. In fact, not a single player here in long able to accomplish anything here from AVANGAR. By all means, if you're Vitality, you get those free kills, why not just continue on pushing on the safe bomb side? As the AVANGAR players, the last two remaining, are in fact just sitting there on the B bomb side, hoping to find some glory themselves. Maybe there's going to be a couple Frenchmen coming their way, and they might just get something done here, but it's going to be quite difficult here for Buster and Jamin. The way it looks right now, Vitality might just start to take away these, well, let's say, the pistol here out of the hands of Buster as well as James Scout, which, I mean, they're not the most prominent weapons, but they definitely are looking for some frags here, Vitality, and there we go. There's the 12th round concluded, and it has gone in favor of Vitality. So this scoreline right now is looking much more even than we saw at the very start of the half, because it was a 6-1 scoreline at one point, and right now AVANGAR, to some extent, you can definitely make the case that the team has been struggling here on the CT side. There's now 2 WPs being purchased here. One in the hands of James. Wouldn't want to have it any other way. You have Buster with the sniper rifle. Again, I think playing... Oh, now he's going to be playing towards middle, apparently. James seems to be focusing now more on the A bomb side. And Buster can still get something done here, but you are going up against Ziva, so that will make things a bit more difficult here if you're Buster. So right now, where did Vitality want to end up pushing? Because they did get the initial kill. That is actually very well done by the Frenchman. But do they really want to be committed to the safe bomb site right now? Because we do get to see the majority of the players here towards short, sure. So it's definitely a possibility that they might just commit to this A part of the map. But you also have a guy like Happy there, who's probably going to be lurking there for long. So it would make a lot of sense if Vitality might try to wait for Happy to make his way out long and then commit to one of the bomb sites. But the way things are going right now, it looks like Vitality might just be deploying this utility here on the A bomb site. Once they begin the push, that is where Happy gonna begin to make his move here. Of course, Christian is anticipating someone to come in there for long. He doesn't have a single teammate to back him up. There's in fact a picture of the bomb site. Didn't see the man there in Goose, but there's Christian coming alive. He gets one more kill. This does mean that Happy... Where's this flank coming in? Finally, Happy with a kill. And this does mean that as Vitality have planted the bomb, Quicker than James will have a very good difficult time here attempting the retake. Which, yeah, already they realize that the chances of them winning this one are pretty slim, so they will decide to save their weapons here. There's, of course... okay, I was kind of confused. How come Quicker decides to drop that M4? But he does realize that his teammate ended up dropping that AWP in middle, so yes. Quicker, that's the face likes of Happy here, who's gonna try to get these kills here on the players. Obviously, your Vitality, and if you're gonna be able to take away these rifles here from the AVANGAR players, that's gonna be quite huge, but I think that's going to be the case. James alongside Quicker looking towards a different part of the map. There you go, there's James getting the kill in. Oh, okay, Zevo finds the kill on James. Would have loved to see from Zevo's POV how he's been able to pick that one up, but alright, that was some massive kills there for Vitality. It means that the AVANGAR players here must go for an eco, or because they have lost so many rounds in a row, a partial buy, so to speak. Of course. We're about to see maximum lose many bonus. Oh, come on, already with the auto snipers. It's not even the end of the half, and they're already going for the auto snipers, which, of course, if you're Vitality, you want to drop away those weapons that don't end up picking them up. So as I was saying earlier, of course, if you're AVANGAR, it does make a lot of sense to be going for the partial buy here. You do realize that you've lost quite a lot of rounds in a row, you do have the maximum lose money bonus, which will grant you $3,400 if you end up losing this round. So right now, Buster does have his teammate Kristen backing him up, so the scout is able to get at least one of these kills. Isn't looking too bad here for the likes of AVANGAR. There's Buster getting one more kill, and like I said, it's not looking too bad here for AVANGAR. A couple of kills going their way. Obviously, this would be great economical damage on the Vitality economy if this would be like the start of the half or say the mid portion of it, but we're almost at the end of it. And we can see that Vitality players are just sweating in money. So if anything, if you're AVANGAR and you're in a round like this, you always want to try to come out on top here if possible, but that may not be that easy. Prison though, with the scout does end up landing at least one of the shots, but of course it being the scout and all, still have to get the bullet in, bolt action and whatnot. There's of course RPK moving here towards the A bomb set. I think he's actually James somehow gets that kill. Isn't James? Yeah, where is James? He wasn't apparently towards CT spawn. There's now Quicker dropping Zevo right now, so it's all up to RPK to actually get the clutch in, which is, I mean, looking pretty good here for RPK. Oh, there's one of these tags coming in, but RPK has got plenty of time to get the bomb plan. Yep, plenty of time. 1 second. Of course, he's going to deploy the Molotov, which Quicker somehow is able to push on through, but right now, it's RPK's 95 HP up against James' 1 HP, so I'm not a betting man, but if I were to say who's going to win this matchup, it has to be RPK at this point. James, though, seems to be trying to give it a shot. Slowly but surely, he's shifting towards the bomb site, but he's actually just going to give it away. I mean, I kind of understand his point of view, as he might just be able to keep that Kevlar of his, but he has to be quite far away from the bomb explosion so that he doesn't end up dying, and alright, he will stay alive here at one point of valid. It's no secret, but the Vitality players have made a bit of a comeback here on the terrorist side. At one point, things were looking very solid here for AVANGAR, but I think this has been 7 rounds in a row, I think, won by the Vitality players. And they're coming into this round with 3 WPs, now make it only 1 in the hands of Apex. Which, I think you might want to give it to someone more proficient with the AWP. But apparently no, Apex just gonna continue on playing with the sniper rifle. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get anything done here, as AVANGAR yet again playing quite passively here on the CT side defensive. They are gonna be putting a bit more players there in the long area, to be exact, 2 guys in pit. So they're gonna make sure that a certain Happy doesn't end up flanking them, as he has been doing so successfully for the past couple of rounds. In fact, it may not be the only Happy they have to face, as there's in fact 3 players here from Vitality. Fitch want to try to get the intel and just get fully blinded. In fact, right now RPK alongside Apex is going to continue on with the push here, and Quicker, they may not actually even check his position, but it doesn't look like Apex even wants to try to contest it. And BK though, making his way into the bomb site. He doesn't seem to see the position there. Buster, now it's all up to Apex in this 1-on-4 scenario. He's going to be making his way on the A bomb site, but I think Kristen might have heard the footsteps, and there you go. You can see players now flanking there. There's James getting a kill on Apex, and it will be 7 rounds here for AVANGAR. I mean, at the very end, at least they scrape 1 more round here, but it obviously is looking a bit better here, I'd say, from Vitality's point of view. They have been able to win 7 rounds in a row on their terrorist side, and I mean, an 8-7 scoreline isn't looking too bad for either team, I'd say. But if anything, now the Vitality player is going to have to step it up here on the CT side defensive, because we can see that, you know, RPK hasn't been able to have a pretty good game so far. Apex and Happy, they were able to find some kills here and there, but obviously now being on the CT side of Dust2, I think this might just be a bit more difficult here for Vitality roster. Vitality going for the standard 5 Kevlar setup. None of the players investing in any bits of utility or even the fuse kits in this round. AVANGAR, they have invested themselves in some utility. We get to see that Quicker is the man that does have the smoke grenade as well as the couple of flashes. And I'd still say it's quite hard to say whether AVANGAR is going to be committing just yet to one of the bomb sites from the start of it. Kind of looked like they might just try to go for a simple B push, but over here, they definitely seem to be content with actually trying to push down middle. There's definitely a couple guys pushing on through. As of right now, this is the perfect opportunity to be throwing down the smoke grenade, as it will be blocking off any vision here from the Vitality players. Right now, Fitch is able to take down Happy. There seems to be one more player here. That is, of course, NBK trying to do whatever he can here, but we can see that the kills are still going in favor here of AVANGAR, and Quicker almost lands up the second one. But of course, now it's going to be here up to Apex to try to get the clutch in. Obviously anticipating for one of the players to be in the bomb site. He's able to spot out one on the plateau, but the good thing here for Apex is that he does have some time to work with. He definitely now spots the position of the second player, so this 1-on-2 has become a bit more doable here for Apex. If he's able to isolate some of these engagements, he sees one of the players, but he can win this second fight. And this does mean that the scoreline has been equalized, to which AVANGAR, with the pistol round acquisition, they got themselves another opportunity to secure themselves the second round. But if anything, Vitality almost certain, yep, it's going to be a force buy. Not even hesitating about it. We already get to see Zeven and BK making the purchase of the Scout. And the other guys is going to be up to go for a pistol and Kevlar. Looks like the Vitality players might just continue on with their push towards... Or actually, no, they're going to be playing a bit more passively here on the A-bomb side. They had a couple of their individuals towards long, but now they have decided to play a bit more safer here on the A-bomb side. Of course, you also do get to see RPK there with the P250 towards short. But overall, even same goes for the terrorists, as the terrorists right about now grouped up here towards long. It does look like they're going to be heading over towards this part of the map. Zevu might have to face the wrath here of James Scout. A good flash to deter him from peeking, but of course Zevu still wants to try to be taking that fight. He does get the tag on James. Of course, there's going to be a lot more players to come his way, but look at the damage that Zevu was able to deal here. There's the kill here for Zevu. Could go for more here, but as we do get to see, AVANGAR just going to continue with their push here. Must be very careful here as they want to eliminate Zevu as quick as possible. The Scout can do some serious work here. Right now, we can see that the push has been stalled here by the AVANGAR players. There's RPK now with the Scout. Doesn't end up landing up a shot. And right now, Happy alongside Apex. I'd say they're going to have themselves quite a difficult time. But we do get to see Apex now going down. And yes, this will be quite a difficult time here for Happy. He's, of course, not be able to go down, but he somehow finds 2 kills there. Not too bad. He's able to line up some quick shots there with the CZ. But right now, this is where things do get interesting here, because Happy... he has to face Jame and Buster. We do get to see the positioning there of Buster. Aw, oh, man, come on, Happy. What are the odds of hitting the Kukli shot? They're quite slim, I'd say. That looks like, yeah, okay, Happy. Just wants to save that AK-47 of his, keeping it to the next round, which, I mean, I kind of understand. He's going to try to keep that rifle into the next round, at the very least. Even though his teammates will be doing a full eco. The good thing for Vitality is that they will have some extra firepower, but that's about it, the one AK-47. Whereas the other guys is probably going to be going for maybe some of those upgraded pistols, and that's about it, really. So again, if anything, AVANGAR have got a very good opportunity to get themselves one more round on the board, and by that time, this could be a 10-8 scoreline. Happy, of course. Being the man with the AK-47, he's just holding off the B-bomb site by his lonesome. Doesn't have a single player to back him up in this position. And he could definitely use some backup, it seems like. Because the AVANGAR players, they're definitely grouped up here towards the tunnels. So they're just going to continue on with their push. They are deploying the utility here. Happy doesn't find the first kill, but Of course, there's a lot more players to be finding here in Vitality. Now realize where AVANGAR have decided to push, so this would make a lot of sense here for the Frenchmen. Try to set up for some exit frags, which I think that's what they're going to be doing right now. The players are going to be heading over to the tunnels. Got to make sure to stop the AVANGAR players from saving, but that's still going to be a very difficult task for them, even with the pistols. Oh, Apex might find a lucky kill here. Ends up picking up the MAC-10, but looks like James still anticipates him to be in that position, so overall, yes. This is looking like quite a clean round here for the AVANGAR side. They end up losing one of their players, so it's definitely not too bad. The economy is still going to be in a pretty good shape here for the terrorists, but this is, of course, where we do get to see Vitality making the purchase here of the rifles they have. 3M4s and AUG in the hands of Happy, and of course, Zevo with the sniper rifle. Ooh, okay. Jane will succeed with a shot there in Apex, as that flick was very much fast and somehow anticipates Apex to be in that position. That is, of course, still a good refrag here for the AVANGAR players, but we do get to see Happy actually making the refrag here. So pretty much we're back in the 4-on-4 scenario. And if one of the AVANGAR players, Buster, didn't succeed in middle, looks like Quicker was trying to attempt to get something done here, but it would have been a lot more wise now for AVANGAR to just try to stick together in this round. That's what I'd say from their POV. Of course, with James having the sniper rifle, he might just be able to find a kill or two, if possible, before entering one of the bomb sites. Also, he's just going to be given some freedom to be roaming around the map for now. He made his way towards short, and I think he might just try to reposition himself towards a different part of the map, trying to find a kill elsewhere. Prison. Even he's going to try to find some frags here for the team. Of course, he's going to have to face RPK, who, even though he is spotted out here in the pit area, he won't try to take that fight as of yet. But of course, the AVANGAR players, it's not really that they're focused too much here at the A bombs, so they still want to make this push happen here at the B side. This is where the bomb is stationed at. And now with 20 seconds remaining, they have to commit to the play here. Happy with the AUG is able to do so much work here. And now NBK wins the fight, which in fact he does. He pretty much wins the round for the team. Prison is way too far back to get anything done in this round, and this will be the 9th round here for Vitality. Can't really say that was the most convincing of rounds being won here by the Frenchman, but obviously the good thing is... Wait, what sort of replay are we going to be seeing? Oh yeah, this flick here from Jane, that was quite nasty. Alright. Now this is where both teams are in a pretty interesting situation, because we do get to see that the AVANGAR players have made full-on force by here. Vitality as well don't have a lot of money in their bank, so the winner of this round will pretty much be able to reset the economy of their opponents. So it doesn't really matter if you're AVANGAR or if you're Vitality. You want to try to win this round is it'd be of big importance, as on the back of them winning this round, you're definitely in a position to acquire the second one, as your opponents just should be on a simple eco. As of right now, the Vitality players are just holding on to their positions. In fact, is there even someone holding off middle? I think that might just be Zevo, or is Zevo looking towards short? I'm not really sure about that. Can't really be too certain by just looking at the minimap. But overall, it still looks very possible that the AVANGAR players might just be making a push here on the B bomb side. As again, they're pretty much grouping up the majority of their players here in the tunnels area. And I wouldn't be too surprised if they would actually commit to this bomb site. Alright, now, slowly but surely, they're making their way to the bomb site. There's, of course, NBK spotting a couple players coming his way. He might just be able to get this out of it alive, instead of having a teammate Happy backing him up, but still Quicker finds 2 kills. This means that the AVANGAR players are definitely going to continue on with their push here on the bomb site. And with this push taking place, they will be able to plant the bomb and, most importantly, put themselves in a 3-on-3 post plan, which in all fairness is looking pretty good here for the AVANGAR players, especially James here. If James ends up getting the kills here towards tunnels, that's going to be it. That's going to be around here for AVANGAR, but James right now, no, he doesn't get the shot. This means that quicker than Fitch, there's a lot more pressure on their shoulders right now. Fitch, back here behind the bomb, yeah, backed up here, can't get a single, well, it does end up winning one kill, but that's going to be about it here for Fitch. And of course, around here for Vitality, a very good one, I'd say. That was a very solid retake from their part. Of course, it really comes down to this James missing his shot, and the good thing is here Vitality, James ends up missing the shot and gives them the opening to continue on and go for the retake on the B bomb side. But this is quite interesting here from AVANGAR. Even though it looks like 3 of the teammates have decided to go for the eco, James and Quickard seem to be opposing that idea because they have invested. You have Quickard here on the AK-47 and armor, whereas James is with the scouts. So I'm not really sure what AVANGAR are trying to pull off for this one. Maybe they realized the very simple nature that they will have to go for double eco, and some of the players thought, okay, let's go for the force spike here, whereas others decided to, no, let's just try to save here. So there seems to be some miscommunication here from the AVANGAR side. RPK now doesn't end up winning the fight against Quickard though. Even though RPK is the first one to be inflicting damage on the player. This definitely gives an opening here for AVANGAR to maybe continue on with their push here towards long, but the way things are going right now, they're just gonna try to back away. Gonna leave one player here. I'm not really sure how come James decides to jump up at that position. Now, flash raining in. They're still holding off here towards the long area, it seems like. Zivu being very patient in this position. He's knowing that the shots are just being baited out for him. He does have the USP on. He wins the fight against Chris, and there's a second kill for Zivu. And overall, even though AVANGAR had a pretty good advantage early on here, things are pretty much falling apart from them. You have James who's low in HP. I think Quickard, actually, yeah, he takes down Zivu in that position. So I think Quickard right now might just be able to pick up the AWP there of Zivu, which definitely makes things a bit more difficult here. It's actually going to be James with a sniper rifle right now. You can see Quickard trying to cross on over. There's going to be, oh man, there's going to be kills for Quickard and James. And with that being said, that's a round here for AVANGAR. And somehow on the mirror pistol as well as Quickard's AK-47 and James Scout, they're able to pull it off here at AVANGAR. And would you look at that? Looks like it will be a pause here being taken. Not really sure which team has decided to take a timeout here, but if anything, I would probably think it might just be Vitality. Yep, there you go. The Vitality roster now taking a timeout here. Of course, after taking a big L in a round like that, it definitely makes a lot of sense to be taking a timeout here. Maybe discuss your approach for the upcoming rounds, because I mean, if you're Vitality, you should have been able to close that one out, but they weren't able to succeed apparently. Oh man, RPK is struggling here on the CT side, isn't he? I mean, that was also one of the things I mentioned earlier, is the very simple nature of some of the players here from Vitality not finding too much success on the terrorist side, and the fact that here they are now on the city side where they have to hold on positions by their own, it becomes very difficult for them. Now, RPK, prime example of that. I think he's only gotten a single kill so far here in the second round, so it's obviously not too good for him. There's some good kills here for Vitality, but overall, it's still looking like a pretty good scoreline here for, well, not necessarily the scoreline here, but a position here for the AVANGAR players. They're on 3-on-3. They know that their opponents on this very simple eco, so they should be able to come out on top, but oh man, the way we've seen this from the Vitality players, I mean, they're all on the pistols here, sure, but if anything, you know that their pistol is going to be quite effective, especially in a map like Dust2. Let's see though. The AVANGAR players have spread out quite thin, you could say. Maybe they're hoping to catch off some of these Vitality players off guard by them playing a bit more aggressive and, you know, just trying to find some openings for the team. But that's not really the case. Vitality just holding on to their positions. Just gonna wait for the AVANGAR players to come their way. If anything, NBK seems to be the individual, the first man of contact here. He definitely sees 3 players now in the tunnels. It's pretty much obvious what's going on here, and NBK ends up planning up one of these shots. He knows that they have been able to make their way into the bomb site right now. Oh, Happy recovers the sniper rifle. That's massive. This means that Kristen right now in this situation, looks like he's just going to continue on with the bomb plan here, but I mean, it's still a pretty doable scenario here for Kristen. He will be anticipating a certain Happy to come in here for the tunnels, but that's not really the case. Zevu finds the kill on Kristen. And would you look at that? That's going to be around here for Vitality. That's what I'm talking about. The Pistols, never underestimate the Pistols here for Vitality. As of right now, with them winning this round, I think. Wait, how's the money looking here for AVANGAR? Bad. Okay, it's looking quite bad for them, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they would try to go for a partial buy here. You know, some of those upgraded pistols. Again, scouting here in the hands of Jamin. Just pretty much go for the eco here and have a proper investment on that 24th round. But for now, if you're AVANGAR, try to accomplish something with the pistols. I mean, I'd say this matchup so far has been quite back and forth, so I wouldn't be too surprised if even the AVANGAR players in a scenario like this with only the pistols, they can get something done here. Of course, Zevu seems to be coming alive here in the second half. It looks like he's going to be putting a bit more emphasis to help out his teammate RPK here in Long, who, I mean, like I said earlier, RPK hasn't had the best of, well, times here in the Long area. It's a good thing he has a teammate by his side in the form of Zevu. Apex just walking up top mid with his back turned. Of course, he has no idea that there could be players in the top mid area, but lucky for him, all the AVANGAR players here are stationed towards the tunnels area. And it doesn't look like Apex wants to play this passively. No. Apex wants to bring the fight here to the AVANGAR players. One. Not the cleanest of spray there for Apex, but the nade gets it. And so does he with a third kill. So that will be the round here for Vitality. Now that was a clean one. You don't end up losing a single player. So there will be a bit of a boost here for the Frenchman economy. But I mean, as you guys can see so far, these rounds have been neck and neck. So it's very hard to say which team is going to be able to come out on top. It could be still a victory here for AVANGAR the first map. It could still be a victory here for Vitality. I mean, it's still quite hard to say. James right now firing shots with the sniper rifle. Can't seem to find a single kill so far, as in fact all the players have long been crossed here on the B side. This now seems to be quite a slow round here for the AVANGAR players. Pretty much holding on to their default positions, hoping to maybe find an opening here from some aggressive Frenchmen, but again, that's not really the case. I mean, Vitality have been playing some passive CS here on the CT side. So, if anything, if AVANGAR do want to try to find an opening here, they might just find some success in the middle, but I am quite surprised to see that they haven't really tempered too much with that part of the map. At the start of the half, sure, but these past couple of rounds, I mean, they've been primarily going for executes either through the tunnels or by pushing through the short area. Right now, Zevu can be seeing a couple of players coming his way. Of course, you realize the very simple nature that they're going to try to gun him down, and Zevu almost lands the third kill as well. And with that bomb being dropped, it's obvious. Vitality are expecting this B push now to take place, but they seem to be backing away at this point. AVANGAR seem to be trying to save their guns here, and I mean, whoop, right, looks like Apex won't be able to find those kills. But yes, with the rifles being saved here by the AVANGAR players, we will be able to see them trying to go for the force buy, I think. I mean, if you end up saving 3 players with the rifles, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to go for the eco here for Buster and Chris, and I think, if anything, the 2 players will just have to go for the upgraded pistols, I'd say. Right now, it's going to be 13 rounds here for Vitality. And what will AVANGAR do? Like I said, I think they'd have to go for the force play here because it doesn't make a lot of sense to be saving these guns. Because imagine if you have Buster and Crescent going for an eco here, on the next round, if, say, the AVANGAR end up losing this one, on the next round, they would have a possibility to make a good purchase. The other guys, Cricket, James, and Fitch, they simply wouldn't have enough money, so yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense here for AVANGAR to actually go for the force buy here. Zevo right now changing up his positions here. On the Dust2 CT side, beforehand, we saw him playing towards long. On the B side, on the back of Platt. And now he's back here towards short. So, again, looks like the man's coming to life here. I'd say, if anything, you know, Z was definitely a big factor. Why a lot of times you get to see Vitality end up winning a map like this too. So right now, he's almost to reach his 30 bomb, as casual as it may sound for an individual like him. Right now, it looks like AVANGAR again just going to continue on here with this push here on the B bombs. NBK has changed up his position just a little bit to throw off some of these AVANGAR players off guard. The smoke grenade will be deployed, and well, he does have his teammate happy to back him up, but we do get to see that AVANGAR have a pretty successful push here at the bomb site so far. Zevo, though, definitely knows that the player has crossed, but not going to be able to line up the shot from the smoke. That would be a bit too much there from Zevo. Right now, James here in the lower tunnel, hoping to see one of these CTs come his way, but that won't necessarily be the case, if anything. And we can judge here from the positioning here of RPK. Who's actually going to win the fight? It's going to be James, in fact. So right now, this definitely makes things a bit more harder for Zevo and Apex, and now it's all up to Apex to continue on with retake. He knows the positioning here of Buster. He can't win the fight against him, though, and that will be 4 kills here for Buster in the round. And also, 12 rounds here for the AVANGAR terrorist side, and I do believe, yes, Vitality still have a decent amount of money remaining in their bank account, so I must go for the investment here, and it's going to be looking like a pretty solid one. I mean, they're back with the sniper rifle, but this time around, they also have one in the hands of NBK. It is looking pretty good here. Oh no, Happy gets taken down for the doors. So if anything, I would not have been too surprised if Fitch alongside Buster would have just continued on their way with the B bombs they pushed, but it does look like with the initial kill working out here for AVANGAR, they're gonna slow things down just a little bit. Well, that's a pretty good pickup here for James. And now it looks like this is where the AVANGAR player is going to continue on with the push here, but if anything, they still have to face RPK, and if anything, I wouldn't be too surprised if they end up taking down the player here, but they'll be playing this one quite safe. They know the positioning here of RPK, but Apex unable to land up the shot here. Okay, here does end up winning his fight against Quicker, but if anything, the AVANGAR players realize the positioning there of Apex and RPK, so it does make a lot of sense. Once you take down NBK, just group up your players and just hit the B bomb. So it's as simple as that. And now James is still in a position to actually take down RPK, and that's going to be it. As will going to be another round here for AVANGAR. And oh man, now that I take a look at the economy situation here for Vitality, it is looking pretty poor. So again, it's just going to be pistols here for the Frenchmen. And that's about it. Nothing more to work with. Some of those upgraded pistols for the players who have around $3,000, but the rest of the guys just have to go for an eco. Even a full eco here for NBK and our Apex. Man, James has been hitting these door shots pretty consistently right now. That's also making it quite difficult here for the Vitality players, as they ended up being, well, they end up losing quite a lot of HP pretty early on here. I would still say this, that in a round like this, it's not going to matter too much, but imagine if the scoreline is like 14-13 in favor of AVANGAR, and again, you see the Vitality players crossing over the door, and then boom, James takes down one more player with him. Like that's pretty much a winning shot. As on the back of it, AVANGAR might just be able to close out the entire this map here. There's actually a headshot there on Crescent. And right now, it looks like AVANGAR going to continue on with their push on the bomb site. There's only one player they have to deal with, which is Happy with the CZ. He goes down, and ooh, Apex will reveal his position, but I mean, he's only with the USP. It's so difficult for him to accomplish anything at this point. And still trying to hunt down some of these CTs here. May not be too wise here for the AVANGAR players, but overall it's still going to be a victory here for them regardless. And it's going to be 14 rounds for them here on the terrorist side of Dust2. There you go. There's James landing the last kill. And yes, like I said earlier, 14 rounds here for AVANGAR and the Vitality members. At the very least, yeah, they can still pull off an investment here, which will be looking pretty solid here for the Frenchmen. But if they end up losing this round, man, that could be it. That could be the game here on the first map. And AVANGAR might just be able to run away with it. Nothing much here happening across the entire map. We do get to see that there's actually a Fitch's station here towards middle. It kind of looks like he wants to try and take an early fight here. But again, even in his position, I'd say he might try to have to be a bit more careful in this area. Especially as he will have to go up against the likes of Happy. And does have that scope AUG. Flash coming in, a pretty effective one at that. Definitely deters Happy from peeking forward, but is very much back in his position. And now it looks like the AVANGAR players might just continue on to push on the A-bombs. They notice that RPK has been the weaker points here for the Vitality side. At the very least, it is a trade here. It's still not too bad here for Vitality, but actually they may not be anticipating Apex to be in that position. So this could still kind of work out for Vitality, but MBK, he must win that shot. He doesn't. And right now, AVANGAR have got full bombs in control. Right now, Apex does reel his position, but overall, I'd say it's a bit too late, as right now, AVANGAR, they are going to be able to plant the bomb here. Happy doesn't end up winning the fights here against Fitch. So suddenly, the pendulum swings back in the favor of Vitality. They're definitely in a position to actually continue on with the retake here. But of course, James here from long is going to be able to see both of the players here. He takes down one of them, could go for the second one. He does succeed. Right now, Happy, I think he noticed that there has to be one of these players on the bomb side for sure. The other guy, no idea about his positioning. Happy almost getting the kill here. He finally ends up landing it. But of course, he has no idea about the position here. Buster, that will be an easy kill for him. 15 rounds here for AVANGAR and Vitality. It looks like, yes, it just has to be an eco here for the French side. Actually, no, what am I talking about? It's the last round of the half, apparently. So Vitality have to go for the force spy. There's no ecos at this point. It's the last round. Well, possibly the last round of the map here. They must go for the force spy here, Vitality. AVANGAR being quite slow in their approach, I'd say. Not committed to the bomb site so far, as they might just be taking over some mid presence, which we haven't seen too much of them past the rounds. There's going to be an RPK getting the kill here, and in fact, Zivo gets the kill. So right now, it's looking pretty good here for the Vitality roster, as it's looking very likely that they might just be able to pull this one back. Fitch actually lands the shot there, as well as the kill on Zivu. It's still quite hard to say whether Vitality are going to be able to pull this one off, but so far it's definitely looking possible. James right now seems to be heading towards the safe bomb site. Or at least hoping to find a kill here, but he might just expose himself a little bit too much, and that is where Apex could actually get the better of James. Oh, actually, Happy ends up going down. That's a pretty good kill here for the AVANGAR players. right now, by all means, 15 seconds remaining. If you're AVANGAR, you have to commit to the bomb side push, and this will be an A side hit. For now, the bomb's been dropped there by RPK. He's finally come to life here. There's Apex with the kill, and right now, Fitch has got barely any time to work with. I think he's definitely going to try to stick the defuse, the bomb plant. He does have enough time to do so. This does mean that Fitch now left in a 1-on-2. Trying to win the fight here against RPK. He ends up landing the shot. He, of course, has no idea about the positioning of NBK. And if anything, NBK has got plenty of time to get the defuse in. That it will be 14 rounds here for Vitality. Oh, Jay? Yep, he definitely sees the gun barrel there of Zivu's AWP. Right now, if you're Jay, all you have to do is just steadily continue on holding, hoping to find the kill here on Zivu as he ends up backing away. Nope, there you go. There's Jay with the kill there on Zivu. He was just ready and waiting for the opportunity to come his way. This is still looking like a pretty good scenario here for the AVANGAR players, especially with finding that initial kill, but kind of looks like Buster alongside Fitch gonna make this push now back away here from the wrong side. Right, because if they would have actually committed to the bomb side push, and if they would have ended up dying there, which would have been a very problematic scenario for AVANGAR, as things were looking so good for them. Right now, it still looks like the AVANGAR player is going to be committed to this A bomb site right now. Of course, the Molotov actually doesn't land there in Apex. And of course, the flash is being deployed. It's pretty obvious right now where AVANGAR are making the push happen here. Apex with that AUG of his does end up finding one of these kills. But of course, the player from Long quicker ends up taking him down. And Happy alongside NBK. Looks like they might try to go for the retake here, but it will be quite difficult here for the remaining CTs. James obviously is NBK. Now it's all up to Happy's position. Compromised, and that will be 16 rounds for AVANGAR and a victory here in the first.